On Osrc News at 7. Ondo local government elected officials take oath as Aiyedatiwa urges good governance at grassroots. Governor Aiyedatiwa's inauguration activities for Fresh Term kicks off on Friday with Jumet service. Lagos Assembly again in leadership mayhem as DSS invades legislative complex gives reason. From the foreign scene, flood kills 9 persons in United States.
Good evening, this is Osrc News at 7. I am Sahid Arabisala. We begin tonight with the inauguration of the newly elected local government chairman in Ondo State. The newly elected and inaugurated council bosses in Ondo State have been charged to justify their positions by adding values to the present administration towards promoting good governance at the grassroots. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the inauguration ceremony in Akure, said all hands must be on deck towards advancing the state while making the people the focal point of his administration. Aiyedatiwa will reaffirm his dedication to impactful governance at all levels, said all efforts will be sustained and improved towards protecting the lives and property of all inhabitants. Osrc correspondent Wahab Bankole completes their story.
The International Culture and Events Center, the Dome in Akure, played host to top government functionaries led by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, lawmakers, political associates, members of the bar and the bench, royal fathers and well-wishers for the inauguration of the newly elected council bosses in Ondo State. The event got underway with the oath of office and allegiance on the newly elected council chairman and their vice, performed by the chief judge of the state, Justice Olusegun Odushola.
You read the oath of office, you just mention your name. I.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who congratulated the elected council bosses, thanked the people of the state for their support and loyalty to his administration. Aiyedatiwa promised not to waver in his determination to promote accelerated development of the state through effective governance at the grassroots. He restated his commitment to sustain the local council development areas in the state, while
we have just taken is not a mere formality, but a solemn promise to serve our people with integrity, honesty, and transparency. It is a fundamental constitutional procedure which imposes on you the burden of leadership, selfless service, altruism, and a sacred responsibility to deliver on the manifesto of our party, including your campaign promises to improve on their lives. It is never a privilege for personal gains or self-aggrandizement, but a commitment to serve the people who have freely surrendered their sovereign will to you. This social contract should be inviolable, with vision a future where our local government areas are beacons of development, where our people have access to quality healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. I urge you to embrace the now popular mantra of people-first governance, people-first approach, prioritizing transparency, accountability, and the needs of our citizens. As servant leaders, you must be prepared to innovate and be driven by passion for the welfare and prosperity of our people.
Governor Aiyedatiwa used the occasion to re-echo the new development agenda of his administration, is.
The O stand for order, security, rule of law. U, urban and rural development via agriculture and blue economy. R, revolutionary technological advancement and industrialization. The first E in our E's, efficient healthcare and socio-economic welfare. Alphabet A stands for adequate power and affordable energy. The S stands for sustainable infrastructural development and tourism. And the last E, education, human capital development and entrepreneurship.
Responding on behalf of his colleagues, the chairman, Akure South Local Government, Mr. Gbenga Fashua, thanked Governor Aiyedatiwa and the people for the opportunity which are promised to justify their trust.
The inauguration of the newly elected council bosses in the Sunshine State is a testament to the commitment of the present administration under the leadership of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to promote grassroots development through effective governance. From the International Culture and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Well, just as the local government chairman began their tenure in the service of the people, residents of Ondo State at the various local government areas say they are ready to see more positive changes in their communities. The renewed optimism is eroded by the commencement of duties of recently elected local government chairmen. The expectations of the people range from improvement in agriculture to boost food production, enhance infrastructure, among others. There's more of that expectation in this report.
The January 18 local government election in Ondo State produced local government chairmen and councillors across the various council areas, while a certain level of euphoria greeted their victory at the poll and subsequent inauguration to commence their duties. The burden of expectations from the electorate remains ever present. Among the merits of expectations from the people is the need for improved infrastructure at the grassroots through provision of social amenities that will make life worth living.
I need you, me, ọ̀nà oko wa tí ò dá náà kẹ́tí wá máa bá wa ṣe. Àgbẹ̀ ni mí o, ojú ọ̀nà oko mi ò dáa. Mi ò rí ìyá máṣíìnì máa ń jẹ mí torí pé ojú ọ̀nà yẹn ò dáa. Ẹ má fi ìyà jẹ wá ní local government o, nǹkan tẹ́ bá ti rí ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà rí ńlé ń bí.
Work is to grade access rural roads and provide rural amenities for our people, like our maternities, like our health centers and all those ones. You see, these are the ones that concerns the people. While they are grading rural access roads, the state government, when they come in, then they do the reconstruction of the roads. And little by little, you see the community expanding. When the water pump is spoiled, it is the responsibility of the local government to do all these things. It is the responsibility of the local government to take care of our markets and make sure nothing unusual, untoward happens by making sure that the food that are brought to the market are hygienic enough for people to eat.
Governor Aiyedatiwa has said it or that look is going to allow the chairman of the local government to do what they're supposed to do so that the people will enjoy the benefit of democracy. We are all aware of that. And he has said this in several fora that the chairman should make sure that the people of grassroots enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Some residents emphasized the importance of agricultural development, calling on the new local government chairman to prioritize agriculture as a means of boosting both food production and revenue for the communities.
The issue of food has to be addressed, and I tell you, we can address it. We have what it takes to address it, and agriculture is best practice at the rural level. Of course, even when we have modern agriculture being practiced in other places, but the bulk of our food will still be coming from the rural area. So I expect the new sworn-in local government chairman, I expect them to interface with various institutions of agriculture at their levels, including the universities, the polytechnics at their level, to interface together so that they can build a structure that can help promote agricultural production. Tourism is another. In Ondo State, take for instance, we have a lot of tourist sites. You see, from the water scenery in Laje to the mountainous areas in Ondo and Idori, to the nature gifted land that we have in our side. We have a lot of tourist sites here that we need to develop now. And I tell you, our cultural festival, they are well sought for. People are looking, for a place to relax. We need to build the culture of expanding our frontiers of tourism so that more people can come into the state.
Others urged the council leadership to rise above obvious challenges, particularly those related to funding, by employing creative planning and resource management.
What I would expect them to do is that when they get to the local government, they have to calm down. In the first 2 weeks of the debate, they should study the situation on the grounds before they hit the ground running. And I've always said it that a lot of things are involved in local administration. You need to be there to be able to see how it is. And it is when they get there that that what they hear, the experience they had in the past, is going to be different when they see local government, when they get to their certain local government. So I expect them that they should do all they can to ensure that they bring development to their people. They must not take the autonomy for granted. They must collaborate with the state governments if they want to move forward.
But I'd like them to write their name in gold. Do something different. Let it not be the same thing. We've had chairman, right? And then I would like them to be that one that will actually start that, revolution in terms of development, in their local governments. They say Ondo State is a civil service state. And if we all agree that the local government is a unit base, then the local government also must see themselves as serious developmental partners to the state government. And not just see them as, the last year. Because I think that mindset has to change, Please do your homework. Let us bring commercialization to life. Let us bring industrialization to your local government. And then we enhance everything about Ondo State, and everything will complement what the state government is trying to do.
With high hopes and clear expectations, Ondo residents are eager to see the newly inaugurated local government chairman deliver on the promises of development, agriculture, and improved governance. Sahira Rebisala, Osrc News.
Away from the local government matters and the expectation of the people, the Inauguration Steering Committee has released schedule of activities to mark the inauguration ceremony of Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his deputy Olaide Adelami coming up on Monday, February 24, 2025. A statement by the Governor's Chief Press Secretary, Ebenezer Adeneo, says the event will commence on Friday, February 21, 2025, with a Jumat service at the Akura Central Mosque by 1 p.m. The activities will continue with the World Press Conference to be addressed by Governor Aiyedatiwa on Saturday, February 22 at Araromi Seaside in Ilaje local government area by 11 a.m. to showcase the tourism potentials of the site. On Sunday, February 23, there will be a church Thanksgiving service at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Jesus House, Okejebu, Akure, by 10 a.m., while the swearing-in ceremony of the governor and deputy will take place at the Ondo State Sports Complex, Akure, by 10 a.m. on Monday, February 24. The statement added that by 6 p.m. on the same Monday, there will be inauguration gala night and book presentation at the International Center for Culture and Events, the Dome, Akure. Now to Lagos State. There was drama in the Lagos State House of Assembly earlier today as lawmakers and staff sent men of the Department of State Security, DSS, away from the chamber.
cannot do this here. This is how you cannot kill us. You cannot kill us. You cannot kill us. You will not kill us here. You cannot kill us. This is our assembly. You cannot kill us. What is wrong with you? This is our assembly. You cannot kill us. You will not kill us.
This is a democracy. This is a democracy. Yes, now. Who guarantee that? How can you bring gun AK-47 into the chambers? Are they mad?
The House also called on the National Security Advisor Noor Ribadu to probe the invasion and brief the public on the outcome, while also urging President Bola Tinubu to intervene immediately and rescue the Assembly from a deeper crisis. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have passed a vote of confidence on the Speaker, Princess Mojisola Miranda, to continue to steer the affairs of the House. On the floor of the House, a lawmaker representing Oshodi Solo 2, Oladipo Ajamale, said the Speaker has been elected by the lawmakers and that they are confident that she is the perfect leader the House needs at this time. The vote of confidence was seconded by Aro Moshood, another lawmaker, after which the remaining 34 lawmakers supported the motion and afterwards passed a vote of confidence in the Speaker, Mojisola Miranda. The House, however, adjourned sitting till further notice. Still taking reactions to the drama that played out at the Lagos State Assembly earlier today, the Department of State Services, DSS, has defended its presence at the Lagos State House of Assembly, stating that its operatives were invited by the lawmakers to provide security at the complex, amid rising tension over the security takeover of the Assembly, which included the sealing off offices belonging to the Speaker and his deputy. The DSS clarified that it did not storm the Assembly and instead emphasized that it was deployed to the premises following a request made by the Lagos State House of Assembly itself. In a statement, the DSS explained that the request came in the form of a letter from the Assembly, specifically seeking increased security due to potential threats. The letter, according to the DSS, cited credible information suggesting that plans were underway to forcefully reinstate the impeached Speaker of the Assembly on February 18, 2025, which would pose a security risk. The DSS assured the public that its actions were purely aimed at ensuring order and security at the Assembly, in accordance with the request made by the lawmakers. We're just to take a break on the news at 7. We'll be back with more stories. Stay with us. It's Osrc News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.tv or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Undo. Some stories now. The security front, the Amotekun Rangers unit of the Ondo State Security Network has apprehended 114 persons found in the Ondo State forest without clear destination. The arrested suspects, according to the Amotekun Corps, with no clear destination, thus pose security threats. Amotekun Commander Adetunji Adeleye said the individuals will be sent back to their respective locations across the country. The report.
The Amotekun Rangers unit of the Ondo State Security Network Agency, established in August 2024 by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, was handed the mandate to rid the forest of criminal elements and for stop killings and kidnappings of farmers, among others. In pursuance of this mandate, operations of the Amotekun Rangers intercepted 114 people within the forest territory of Ondo State. Amotekun Commander Adetunji Adeleye said the individuals infiltrated the forest around the Ore axis of the state. Adeleye noted that intelligence and investigation revealed that the people who were dispersed into the forest could not provide tangible reasons for the occupation of the area.
Their masters just sent them into the forest to await further directives. The governor has therefore directed that they be sent back to where they came from. Yes, there's freedom of movement in Nigeria, but you must have a purpose. Over 100 young men without purpose, not even knowing their destinations, we are picked up in various points. When will they not turn to something else? And what will it be? Criminals. We'll be having running battle with kidnappers and armed robbers across the state in recent times. And we are resolute to drive them away from the state. If you don't have any business in our forest, what are you doing there if you don't have sinister motive?
Adeleye also enjoined residents to report suspicious individuals to the Amotekun Corps, assuring that the security outfit will strengthen surveillance across the state.
We want to appeal to the general public not to harbor unknown criminals, not to harbor visitors that you don't know their whereabouts or where they came from. And we want to appeal that the general public should alert Amotekun Corps on 0807 99999989.
Amotekun tabako abinchi. Dukamku. Babaku da yuwamba.
The leader of Osrc community in Ondo State, Malam Bala Umaru, thanked Governor Ayedatiwa for prioritizing the safety of residents.
I really appreciate the governor for saying they should take them back. Or it's a criminal thing to come without any and enter forest to cause problem here. We appreciate the governor, we appreciate Amotekun too for taking care of them and going back where they come from.
The Ondo State Security Network Agency says it would not relent efforts at making Ondo State free of criminal elements. Sahida Ribisala.
The Osrc State Caucus of the 10th National Assembly has called for urgent intervention from President Bola Tinubu, the National Security Advisor and the Attorney General to address the ongoing crisis in the state. The caucus also condemned the forceful takeover of local government secretariats across the state following a contentious court ruling tied to the 2022 local government elections. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the caucus, comprising 3 senators and 9 House of Representatives members, urged President Tinubu to instruct the Inspector General of Police to restore law and order in the state, calling for the involvement of national security agencies to resolve the escalating violence. According to the caucus, the crisis stemmed from sacked APC officials who were allegedly aided by thugs and some security personnel, forcefully returned to office despite a court ruling upholding their removal, with another conflicting judgment allowing them to claim their position. The Osrc State government, led by Governor Ademola Adeleke, had already appealed for presidential intervention, while the Osrc chapter of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) also instructed local government employees to withdraw their services in protest. President Bola Tinubu has urged Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State to resolve the ongoing disputes between Bayero University, Kano, and neighboring communities. Tinubu made the appeal in Kano during Bayero University's 39th convocation ceremony, where he was represented by the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmed. He called on the governor to take swift action by issuing the university's title deed to resolve the matter, stressing the importance of securing the institution's land. Regarding infrastructure, Tinubu acknowledged the lack of perimeter fencing at the university's new campus and assured that the federal government has allocated funds for the project. He reaffirmed the administration's commitment to upgrading university infrastructure nationwide. The Director General, World Trade Organization, WTO, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has called on African leaders to stop relying on foreign aid and focus on mobilizing domestic resources to attract investment and drive economic growth. Okonjo-Iweala emphasized that African leaders need a mindset shift, saying the continent is blessed with vast untapped financial and natural resources that could drive sustainable development. While speaking on the sidelines of the African Union meeting in Ethiopia, the WTO chief advised that foreign aid should be considered a thing of the past. According to her, Africa holds approximately $250 billion in pension funds, but much of the funds is invested outside the continent rather than being channeled into local economies. At least 9 people have died over the weekend as torrential downpours drenched parts of the southeastern U.S., submerging roads. Kentucky Governor Andrew Beshear said 8 people had died in the state and suggested at a news conference on Sunday that the total could go up. Hundreds of people stranded in floodwaters, many stuck in their cars, have been rescued, and Beshear warned residents to stay off the roads right now and stay alive. In Georgia, the 9th death was recorded after a man lying in his bed was struck by an uprooted tree that crashed into his home. Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Virginia, West Virginia, and North Carolina were under some type of storm-related alert this weekend. And to end our South News at 7, another look at the major stories. We told you that elected local government chairman and vice chairman in Ondo State have been inaugurated at the ceremony in Akure. The state capital, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, urged them to prioritize the welfare of the people and work towards accelerated development at the grassroots. Was informed you that the inauguration of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his deputy Olaide Adelami will commence on Friday, February 21, with various events including a Jumat service, press conference, service, swearing-in ceremony, and an inauguration gala set to hold. Also informed you that in Lagos State, the Lagos State Assembly was today disrupted by an invasion by operatives of the DSS. Members of the Assembly have now called on the National Security Advisor to investigate the invasion and report findings publicly. However, the DSS has clarified that the House actually invited it to the chambers. And that's the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.